Alright, so cross-hatching is just like hatching. Hatching is lines going in the same direction. So shocker, cross-hatching is lines crossing. Doesn't just have to be going in two different directions, you can go in multiple directions. Any way that you can cross the lines will work. But it should still be in somewhat of a neat pattern. So here you see starting out the same way with doing the segments of lines and then going over and blending them. And now I'm turning the paper so that you can do them in the opposite direction. First did vertical, now doing horizontal lines. The nice thing about cross-hatching is it does tend to blend out the lines sooner rather than later. And once you've kind of checked your values, you can see there that currently the darkest value is closer to the second darkest value in the previous one. So I'm going in and adding some more lines just to make those lines closer together and make the overall value darker. Okay, so now they are more similar. But like I said, you can go in multiple directions. So now I'm adding in diagonal lines that are going to make it even darker and more closely match the darkest value of the hatching. You can see it's all very well blended. Going into the second darkest value, it's just like we did with hatching, and you're going to continue the process, but making sure the lines are a little bit further apart each time. Okay, so as it progresses, just following the same process, making sure those lines are a little bit further apart, and you can see that I'm still going and matching my values from top to bottom, and going into the next one, now they're much further apart, and still going and putting them in the same directions, horizontal, vertical, and diagonal. I'm just going to blend it so that it's all nice and even, and then your last one you're going to do really far spread apart, so that way it does create that very light value. When you're done, you're still going to go through and check and make sure that your values match, that each one is a little bit darker than the previous one, and as long as you're good, then you can move on to your last one.